The amount of times that I hit start recording without really having any idea of what I'm going to say, and then I stop recording and start over again because I sound not smart, and maybe I just never sound smart, but I don't like how it's just a lot of time. So I'm just going to run with this. We're just going to go with this, and if I sound like a dummy phantom, fine. That's okay. Fine. I have a question. I just want to know, do you like Pokemon reprints? Do you think any sets need to be reprinted? Are you looking for reprints? Now, obviously, a lot of people want Evolving Skies reprints because the price has gotten really out of control. But when you're looking at the Sword and Shield block, do you see anything that you're like, hey, I really think this needs to be reprinted? So let me know in the comments section down below what you think needs to be reprinted. And the reason I'm asking is because Lost Origin is getting reprinted. I know there's been some rumors going around, some rumors circulating. I did talk to distribution. They confirmed it. Yes, it is coming. It's going to be a little weird because a lot of distribution doesn't know what to do with these boxes yet, whether they need to sell them at a little bit more expensive of a price. They are still available on Pokemon Center's website, although TCG Player has them much, much higher than $143 or whatever the MSRP is for the old Pokemon booster boxes. But it is getting reprinted at some point at the end of June, beginning of July. Might be bundled with other products, things that are a little bit more difficult to sell, whatever the case may be. So we're going to look at a few booster boxes here to see if anything else really warrants a reprint, but also look a little bit more in depth at Lost Origin, because do you think it really needs to be reprinted? Do you think Lost Origin is one of those sets that needs to be reprinted? Because when I start thinking about reprints, and I might be the minority here, so you can let me know in the comment section down below if I'm in the minority here. I don't think a set that is selling for around MSRP or for less than MSRP or is available for MSRP really needs to be reprinted. And I understand Lost Origin is going to be in the competitive format for quite some time. We're looking at least another year of Lost Origin cards. I get that Giratina V, that alternate art Giratina V, is very, very expensive. The Aerodactyl also very expensive. But those are the only two cards in the set that are over $100. Everything else significantly less than $100. And then moving into Scarlet and Violet, nothing in that set over $100. So really, as we move forward throughout the Scarlet and Violet generation, with the pull rates being done differently now than what they were back then throughout Sword and Shield, does it really warrant having these Sword and Shield sets that are still available for pack prices that are below MSRP? Does it really warrant having these sets reprinted? Now, I do think that not a lot of people are interested in Scarlet and Violet as far as the generation goes for the base set or for Paldea Evolved, and I think things will change once Pokemon 151 comes out, but until then, Obsidian Flames might do okay because of the Charizard set, but I think people are still focusing on Sword and Shield sets. People are cracking Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, and Lost Origin because Lost Origin is such a good set. So we're going to look at the market here and kind of get a feel for what's going on in Sword and Shield, but also what's going on with Lost Origin. Here we're looking at Brilliant Stars. Now, Brilliant Stars, we haven't talked about reprints a lot because they haven't really been happening, at least not in 2023. We got a small reprint of Brilliant Stars, and look what that small reprint did to the market price. At one point in time, Brilliant Stars shot up to over $180 per booster box. Now, the crazy thing is, Brilliant Stars has been available on Pokemon Center's website for that $143 MSRP and continued to climb on TCG Player for whatever reason, because maybe people just didn't pay attention to the fact that it was on Pokemon Center's website and they were just going directly to TCG Player or eBay. But 184.18 is where this was sitting right at the beginning of 2023, right around January, and then slowly started to come down a little bit. And then you can see when that reprint hit in April, bringing it down to MSRP and below MSRP. So it's sitting right now at 139.76, which is just a tick above its 1 year low, which it hit a few weeks ago. About a month ago, it was down to 136.83. So definitely leveled out quite a bit. So I don't know if Brilliant Stars really warrants a reprint at this time. That alternate art Charizard V really crashing in price, heading downward. Not a whole lot of cards in Brilliant Stars that are going up right now. Astral Radiance did see a big spike in January where it kind of shot up. We saw that a lot with all the Sword and Shield sets, but it's really kind of leveled off since then. So for the most part, once Astral Radiance released, June all the way up until January, it was hovering right around that $100 mark, and then booster boxes became a little bit more difficult to find. Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, all those sets really really started shooting up in price, and we saw Astral Radiance hit that 1-year high of 129.29 in March of 2023. Now it's backed off a little bit, lost about 7 or 8% since then, sitting at 122.86, but it seems to have leveled out quite a bit. Still very available as far as booster packs go, sleeve booster packs go, in a lot of collection boxes. Astral Radiance, as far as loose booster packs go, still very, very affordable, very inexpensive, well below MSRP. Same thing with Silver Tempest, which continues and will continue to be in some collection boxes moving forward because it is the last set in Sword and Shield, and it's only 2 main series sets ago. We had Crown Zenith, which is a specialty set, so those aren't going to be included in any of those collection boxes out there. Silver Tempest still will be prevalent in different tins and things like that, but you can see Silver Tempest releasing in, I think it was October or November of 2022, starting to shoot up quite a bit in December of 2022. You can see it's sitting right there at a 1-year low or a 6-month low, whatever you want to call it, of 108.22, and then started to gradually rise in price. So this is one that might want to be looked at as far as reprinting of booster boxes go, not other product, because there's a lot of ancillary product that is still dirt cheap when it comes to Silver Tempest. Obviously, GameStop blew out, accidentally or not accidentally, a ton of build and battle stadiums, a ton of loose packs that are available for a few bucks. Silver Tempest, the booster box price continues to climb, though, sitting at a 6-month high right now of 145.70. So booster box is starting to rise a little bit above MSRP. And then if we look at Lost Origin, here is why I think Pokemon is reprinting Lost Origin, because booster box prices are starting to get a little bit out of control. So even though the single prices are not doing too great in Lost Origin, a lot of them trending in the downward direction, the sealed product really starting to rise. We're going to look at booster boxes first. You can see, unlike Silver Tempest and unlike Astral Radiance, which kind of leveled off, Lost Origin has continued to just climb in price. You can see it hit that 1-year low in September of 2022 where it did dip below $100 a booster box. It was sitting at $98.53 and then really started taking off when those other booster boxes started moving forward and moving upward in price because there just wasn't as much availability when it came to those Sword and Shield sets, and it really started rapidly climbing. You can see it hit that 1-year high in April of 2023 where it hit 169.17. Hasn't really backed off at all, sitting at 168.20, continuing to move north, even though it's still available on Pokemon Center's website for MSRP. But that sealed price obviously going to come down. I don't know if the market price is going to be impacted a ton by this reprint, but it does seem to be fairly substantial. So it wouldn't surprise me if you saw booster boxes hovering around that $120 mark moving forward when it came to Lost Origin, and kind of settling right around that area for quite a while. If we look at the Elite Trainer boxes, these are also interesting because they're also moving north. You can see that $43.96 1-year high, which it hit in April of 2023. It has backed off a little bit, sitting at $43.96 currently, so well off of its 1-year high of $49.51, but still way above its 1-year low, which it hit in November of 2022, where it was down below $29 at $28.99. Really started taking off, moving in the north direction. Even booster packs are actually climbing closer and closer to that MSRP mark. So I think Pokemon really starts to kind of pay more attention when booster packs, loose boosters, things like that start becoming less available below MSRP. So getting closer and closer to that $4.18 or $4 price point for MSRP. For the old MSRP when it came to the Sword and Shield set, obviously MSRP is different now with Scarlet and Violet, but you can see in January of 2023 booster packs were down to $3.22. It shot up about 60 cents, which may not seem like a whole lot, but you're looking at over 20% that this booster pack has gained over the past few months, sitting at $3.81 currently and continuing to trend upwards. Lost Origin still available in some collection boxes, but not as much as what you will see, or what you will see from Paldea Evolved, from Scarlet and Violet, and from Silver Tempest. If we look at the main cards, the chase cards that are in Lost Origin, there's only a few of them. You're looking at some alternate arts and then a couple cards from the trainer gallery. Everything else very, very inexpensive. The Giratina V, obviously the bread and butter of the set. This card has jumped like crazy, but really halted over the past few months now. So you can see its 1-year low or 6-month low in January of 2023. It was down to $259.76 and then took off like a rocket not too long after we saw all these other alternate arts really shoot up in price. This one hit $331.89 in March of 2023. That was a 6-month high for this card. But look what's happened over the last few months. Not a whole lot. In fact, it's actually gone backwards a little bit, sitting at $321.71. So it's lost a few percent over the past few months, not trending upwards like it was during that big spike that it had over that month stretch. The Aerodactyl V, beautiful looking card, very cool looking card, hasn't really moved really since release. If you remember when Lost Origin released, this card was selling for right around $70, $80, somewhere around there. PokeRev did a huge stream where he couldn't pull it, and all of a sudden a lot of people went and bought it out because they thought this card's impossible to pull, and it jumped up to that $132 mark that you see there as a 6-month high. Hasn't really moved since then, right? It came back down a little bit, went down below 120, shot back up to about 130, and then hit that 6-month low in February of 2023 where it dropped to 114.81. Now it's sitting at 118.02, but not even a 10% difference over the last 6 months. So it's sitting about 8% lower than where it was about 6 months ago. The Rotom V, even worse, hasn't moved at all. In December of 2022, this one was at a 6-month low, or this one was sitting right around $45, dropped down below $40, then it's just been up and down, but only over the span of a few percent. In April of 2023, it did hit that 6-month low of $39.70, but it's jumped back up to $42.22, so it's gained about 10% back, still sitting right in between its 6-month high and 6-month low, really not moving the needle a whole lot. The Galarian Persiker, this one has actually gone down a decent amount. You're looking at about 20% over the past 5 months or so. You can see in January of 2023, this one did hit a 6-month high, like what we saw from a lot of other alternate arts, where this one was sitting at $40.64, but now it's backed off, and over the last month or so, it's actually lost quite a bit. It's lost about 10% over the last month, sitting at $33.25 currently, so that's a 6-month low for that one. The Pikachu VMAX, this gigantic Pikachu VMAX from the Trainer Gallery, very cool looking card. This one has seen some pretty big hits. You're looking at about 30% of a drop over the last, 40% of a drop over the last couple months here. You can see in March of 2023, it was sitting at that 6-month high of 56.27 and then dropped like a rock in April of 2023. It lost that 40% pretty much overnight, fell down to $39.90 as a 6-month low, and it stayed right at that price point, sitting at $40.93 currently. And then the second most expensive Trainer Gallery is this Pikachu V. Really cool looking card. I love Lost Origin. I love opening Lost Origin. I love the Trainer Gallery from Lost Origin. Even the front half, those easier to pull Trainer Gallery cards, very, very cool looking. This Pikachu V hasn't seen a whole lot of success over the past 6 months. You can see in March of 2023, it stayed level for the first 4 or 5 months of release. It was sitting at a 6-month high of 35 or 34.54, and then in April, it fell really fast, just like that Pikachu VMAX. It was down to $23.60. Now it's gained a little bit of that back. It's sitting at $28.79 currently, so it's gone up about 25-30% over the past couple months, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially if this reprint comes in. Might hit singles a little bit, but singles already getting hit a little bit. So that's pretty much it. The next Trainer Gallery card in Lost Origin, as far as value goes, you're looking at Boss's Orders, which is only about a $10 card. So everything in Lost Origin fairly inexpensive outside of these 6-ish cards that we kind of talked about that are selling for about $40 or more. Everything else much, much cheaper. The Giratina V-Star, obviously not too expensive. The Giratina V-Star regular art, as opposed to the Rainbow Rare and the Gold card, the regular art's only selling for about $7. Obviously a very competitive card, things like that. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the market once this Lost Origin reprint hits. And I'm curious to get your feedback, your thoughts on what's going to happen, your opinion. So let me know in the comments section down below if you think Lost Origin actually needs a reprint or not. Personally, I can understand why Pokemon is reprinting it, why they might see the need for it because of the rising cost in some of the sealed items like booster packs and things like that. I move my hands a lot, holy buckets. But judging by these singles, I don't see it. But I am curious to get your feedback and your opinion. So if you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It does go a really long way for the algorithm. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back tomorrow opening up some Paldea Evolved. I can't wait to dig into that set. I love Scarlet and Violet. I think it's a great, great expansion. The pull rates don't bother me at all. I love being able to pull great cards. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Until then, peace.